There is a version of you, not younger, not thinner, not different, but the truest version. The one who walks into a room and quietly commands it. The one who no longer dresses to please, to fit in, or to disappear. This film is for her. And it begins not with a shopping trip or a trend board, but with a single powerful question. What does your style say about who you have become? Style, at 40, at 50, at 60 and beyond, is no longer about following. It is about knowing. It is the quiet confidence of a woman who has lived enough to understand that the most powerful thing she can wear is her own certainty. And yet, even the most self-assured woman sometimes stands before her wardrobe and feels, without being able to name it, that something is slightly off. A beautiful piece that doesn't quite sing the way it should. An outfit that feels right, but doesn't photograph right. Today, we name that feeling and we solve it. You have spent years becoming more comfortable in your own skin, more at ease with who you are. And yet, there are mornings, perhaps this morning was one, when the mirror doesn't quite reflect the woman you feel like inside. When what you're wearing works against you rather than for you. Not because your body has changed, but because nobody told you that certain styling choices, subtle, invisible ones, create illusions that either lift a silhouette or visually weigh it down. That ends today. Styling is not magic. It is not talent reserved for the naturally petite or the professionally trained. It is a set of tools, simple, logical, repeatable, that anyone can learn. And today, I'm going to give you 5 of the most effective ones. 5 styling tricks used by editorial stylists, personal shoppers, and the most elegant women in the world that create the appearance of a longer, leaner, more beautifully proportioned silhouette. Instantly, without a diet, without a tailor on speed dial, and without spending a fortune. Here is something that fashion schools teach, and almost no one else tells you. The eye is always looking for a line to follow. Every outfit you wear draws an invisible path for the eye, upward or downward, inward or outward, longer or wider. Most women don't know they are drawing these lines. They choose what they love, what is comfortable, what is available, without realizing that a few small shifts in proportion, color, and structure can completely transform what the eye perceives. What we're going to do today is learn to draw those lines intentionally. This is not about looking like someone else. This is not about hiding, shrinking, or apologizing for anything. This is about learning 5 elegant adjustments that allow the world to see you the way you already see yourself on your best days. Long, strong, poised, and completely, unapologetically you. Let us begin. Number 1, the vertical line, your most powerful tool. Before we talk about what to wear, we have to understand how the eye moves. When you look at a person, your eye doesn't take a photograph, it follows lines. And horizontal lines, stripes, wide waistbands, color blocking across the body, cause the eye to travel side to side. Every time the eye moves sideways across your silhouette, it reads your body as wider. This is not an opinion. It is the visual psychology of how human perception works. And once you understand it, you cannot unsee it. A vertical line does the opposite. It pulls the eye upward from hem to collarbone to face. It makes the body appear longer, leaner, taller. And the beautiful thing is, you don't need a different body to achieve this. You simply need a neckline that opens, not closes. A seam that runs down, not across. A coat that falls long and unbroken. V-necks, open collars, pinstripes, single-breasted blazers, long scarves worn downward. These are your vertical lines, and they are among the most slimming tools in existence. One of the most elegant expressions of the vertical line is the column dress. One color, one silhouette, one unbroken line from shoulder to hem. Nothing interrupts the eye's journey upward. Nothing breaks the body into shorter sections. Whether it's a column dress, a long cardigan over slim trousers, or a turtleneck tucked into straight leg pants, the principle is the same. Create one long, continuous line and let it do the work. This, by the way, is why the most elegant women in the world, at every age, rarely break their body into too many horizontal zones. A simple tip you can apply this week. Go to your wardrobe and look for every long, open front piece you own. Long blazers, open cardigans, long line coats, Duster jackets. Each of these, worn open over a simple base, creates a powerful vertical frame down the center of your body. Combine it with a monochromatic base layer, same color or close tones from top to bottom, and you have one of the most slimming, sophisticated combinations in all of styling. Effortless, timeless, yours. Number 2, monochromatic dressing, the art of disappearing the divide. If the vertical line is the most powerful architectural trick, then monochromatic dressing is its closest companion. When you dress in one color or a single color family, from top to bottom, you remove every visual interruption the eye might use to divide your body into sections. And when the body appears as one continuous form rather than separated zones, it always reads as longer and leaner. This is why head-to-toe looks are a constant on the runways of Paris, Milan, and New York. They are not just fashionable. They are geometrically brilliant. Notice what the eye does when there is a sharp contrast between your top and your bottom, a white shirt with dark trousers, or a bright blouse against a black skirt. The eye stops at that horizontal break. It lands there. And in that landing, it unconsciously measures the width of your waist, your hips, the broadest point of your body. That interruption, however beautiful, is a measuring point. When you remove it, when you dress in harmonious tones from neck to toe, you give the eye no place to pause. It simply follows you upward and keeps going. The most common concern with monochromatic dressing is that it might feel flat or uninspired. But this is where texture becomes your best ally. Pair a silk blouse with wool trousers and a suede loafer, all in the same tonal family, and the result is anything but plain. The light reads differently off every surface. The outfit becomes visually rich without ever breaking the elongating line. Texture within tone is the secret signature of truly sophisticated dressing, and one of the most underused tools in most women's wardrobes. You may have noticed that neither of these first 2 lessons required you to buy anything new. The vertical line already exists in garments you own. The principle of tonal dressing is waiting in colors already hanging in your wardrobe. This is what good styling really is, not acquisition but attention, not spending but seeing. Take a moment with what you already have before we continue. Often, the most elegant outfit you will ever wear is the one that's been waiting for you to truly look at it. Number 3, the waist, where elegance lives. This is perhaps the single most powerful and most overlooked styling trick available to any woman at any age. The waist, not defined with a tight belt, not cinched dramatically, but simply acknowledged. Your natural waist, the narrowest point of your torso, is a visual asset that many women unknowingly hide under baggy layers, untucked shirts, and oversized everything. And when the waist is hidden, the eye has no reference point. The silhouette reads as one long, undefined block. When the waist is gently visible, however, the entire body is suddenly proportioned and elegant. A belt at the natural waist, or even just a small half tuck or a knot in the hem of your blouse, instantly creates an hourglass reference that makes the body appear both narrower at the middle and more defined overall. The waist doesn't need to be small. It simply needs to be there. Even a woman who feels self-conscious about her midsection will find that gently acknowledging the waist creates a silhouette far more slimming and elegant than hiding it entirely under volume. The wrap dress is perhaps the most universally elegant invention in women's fashion, and it is no accident. The wrap design does 3 things simultaneously. It creates a V-neck line for a vertical line. It naturally defines the waist with a diagonal tie, and it allows the fabric below to fall and move rather than cling. It is, by design, a masterclass in proportion. If you own one and you've been leaving it in the wardrobe in favor of something safer, I want to encourage you to reach for it this week. It was made for you. Here is your action step for lesson 3. Try what stylists call the French tuck. Take the front portion of any top, just the front, perhaps 3 inches, and fold it loosely into your waistband. Leave the back out. This tiny gesture creates the waist definition of a fully tucked-in top, without the discomfort, without the constant need to retuck, and without making any outfit feel too formal. It works with everything: blouses, chunky knits, linen shirts, boyfriend tees. It is the smallest possible action with the largest possible visual return. Number 4, The power of dark, sculpting with color. Dark colors absorb light. Light colors reflect it. This is not a style rule invented by a magazine. It is physics. When light is absorbed by a surface, that surface appears to recede, to become less prominent, to take up less visual space. And when light reflects off a surface, that surface expands, advances, and draws the eye. This is why a black or deep navy outfit consistently reads as slimmer than a white or cream, one of exactly the same cut. The fabric is the same. The body is the same. Only the light is different. There is an advanced version of this principle that few people outside of the fashion industry know about, and it is one of the most quietly effective tools in styling. It is called tonal contouring. By placing darker shades along the outer edges of your body, the sides of your top, the outer panels of your trousers, and slightly lighter tones at the center, you recreate the effect that light and shadow naturally create. The sides recede. The center advances. The result is a body that appears narrower and more sculpted, without a single exercise or dietary change. If you love wearing light colors, and many women do, especially during the warmer months, there is still a way to apply the principle of dark strategically. Anchor your lighter outfit with deep accessories. A structured dark bag. Deep tone boots or shoes that match or echo the trouser color. A dark belt that grounds the waist. These elements pull the eye towards specific, defined points rather than letting it scatter across the full silhouette. The effect is controlled, elegant, and remarkably slimming. Proof that a light outfit, thoughtfully accessorized, can hold its own against all black any day. We are midway through our 5 lessons, and something important should be said here, quietly, before we continue. The goal of every technique we have explored is not to make you smaller. It is to make you look exactly as elegant and powerful as you feel. The woman who stands before her mirror and sees a silhouette she loves, composed, long, graceful, is more likely to walk into a room with her shoulders back and her gaze steady. And that is what all of this is ultimately about. Not the clothes, the feeling the clothes give you, the presence they allow you to inhabit. Let's keep going. Number 5. The shoe effect, how footwear changes everything. The shoe is the final sentence of every outfit. And most women do not realize how dramatically footwear choices affect the perceived length of the leg, and therefore the perceived proportions of the entire body. Every time a shoe creates a sharp, contrasting line at the ankle or foot, an ankle strap, a white sneaker, a shoe in a color completely different from your trouser, the eye stops there. It reads the leg as ending at that point. And a shorter looking leg means a shorter looking body. The solution is not to abandon comfort or personality in your footwear. It is simply to understand the principle and choose accordingly. The nude heel is arguably the most reliable, elongating tool in the shoe wardrobe. When a shoe matches or closely approximates your skin tone, it visually extends the leg rather than interrupting it. The foot appears as a continuation of the leg, not a separate element. Combined with a trouser or skirt that grazes the floor or hits at a flattering ankle point, the effect is extraordinary. You gain what can appear to be several inches in height and proportion through no more than a conscious color choice in footwear. If heels are not your preference, and many women have wisely decided that comfort is non-negotiable, there is an equally powerful alternative, a boot or shoe in the same color as your trouser. When the shoe and trouser are the same tone, the leg line continues unbroken from hip to floor. A dark trouser with a dark boot, a cream trouser with a white shoe, the principle works across the entire color spectrum. This is, in fact, why fashion editors so often wear one color outfits from head to toe, and why the result always appears so quietly, devastatingly elegant. A final note on shoes, and on the whole question of comfort versus elegance, which is, frankly, a false choice. A low block heel, a pointed toe flat, a sleek loafer, these are not compromises. They are the shoe wardrobe of a woman who has made peace with the idea that the most beautiful thing in any room is a woman who is completely, physically at ease in her own skin and her own shoes. Choose footwear you feel confident in. Then let today's principles guide the color and the line. Elegance is always built on comfort, never against it. This is a scene that doesn't need explaining. Most of us have lived it. You have an outfit you love, the colors, the print, the personality of it. But when you put it on, something in your body says, not today. Not quite. And you've never been entirely sure why. It isn't the outfit's fault. It isn't your fault. It is simply that no one explained to you, clearly and simply, how the visual mechanics of proportion and line actually work. Until now. The outfit that changed was small. The effect that changed was everything. She did not lose weight. She did not find a new tailor. She simply applied what she now knows. One vertical line, one tonal story, one quiet acknowledgement of the waist, one deliberate choice of footwear. 5 principles working together in a single moment of getting dressed. And in that moment, the woman in the mirror and the woman she knows herself to be finally, fully meet each other. That is what real styling does. Not change you, reveal you. There is a presence that comes not from a dress size or a number on a scale, but from the quiet, private knowledge that today you look exactly as powerful as you feel. That you walked to your wardrobe with intention and walked out of your door with certainty. This is what today's 5 lessons give you. Not a formula, but a foundation. Not a rule, but a new way of seeing. And once you can see it, you cannot unsee it. Every morning becomes a little more deliberate. Every outfit becomes a little more you. Let us hold everything we have learned today for just a moment. The vertical line, guiding the eye upward. Monochromatic dressing, removing the visual interruptions. Waist definition, the small, powerful acknowledgement. Dark color placement, sculpting with light. And the shoe line, the final, decisive detail. 5 principles, each one simple, each one backed by the same deep logic. Clothing should work with your body, not against it. It should amplify who you are, not attempt to disguise you. I want to say something directly to you before we close today. You have been stylish your whole life. You have known beauty your whole life. What I hope today gave you is simply a clearer vocabulary for something you have always already felt, that there is a version of getting dressed that feels entirely like you, entirely intentional, and entirely effortless. Today, you have 5 new tools to help you find her every morning. And I am so glad we spent this time together. I want to say something directly to you before we close today. You have been stylish your whole life. You have known beauty your whole life. What I hope today gave you is simply a clearer vocabulary for something you have always already felt, that there is a version of getting dressed that feels entirely like you, entirely intentional, and entirely effortless. Today, you have 5 new tools to help you find her every morning. And I am so glad we spent this time together. If this film moves something in you, press like. It tells me this kind of storytelling matters to you, and it helps me bring you more of it. Subscribe if you haven't already for new style guides released every week. All of them crafted with the same care for women who know that elegance is never about age. And above all, thank you for being here, for giving this film your morning, your attention, your time. You are always, always worth dressing for.